facing the fall and giving parents the option to decide what's best for their children. Governor Ron DeSantis scoffs at the new CDC guidance on masks in schools, questioning the potential health effects of forcing students to wear masks for hours at a time.
I want to see my kids smiling. I want them having fun.
While masks will not be required for students, we just learned in the last half hour that Duval County teachers, staff, and visitors will be required to wear masks for 30 days.
Now take a look at the new policy. It starts Monday. After 30 days, masks will be optional. We also learned Superintendent Dr. Diana Green had planned to require masks for all students for 30 days and extend that longer for elementary students who aren't eligible for the vaccine. But the governor said today he will sign an executive order to give parents the final say if their children should wear masks in schools. This comes as coronavirus cases in Florida are overwhelming hospitals, and the highly contagious Delta variant is driving infections across the country. News4JAX reporter Joe McLean leads our coverage on the pandemic tonight, and Joe joins us live from a vaccine site at Gateway. Joe.
And you mentioned that executive order that the governor promised to sign. We asked for a copy of that or what the exact content of that is. We haven't gotten a response from the governor's office on that yet. But some students were here today at these mobile vaccination sites at the Gateway Town Center, getting that shot, getting ready for the school year, they say. And it comes as, yes, the governor again doubled down on his opposition to any local authorities imposing COVID-19 safety regulations, including any lockdowns or any regulations, and of course, mask mandates.
Governor DeSantis this morning used his podium in Cape Coral not to encourage families to get vaccinated against COVID-19, but to assure them that there would not be any pandemic-related restrictions on them as kids prepare to return to classrooms on August 10th. He touted an impending executive order that would reinforce an earlier measure nicknamed the Parents' Bill of Rights, which the legislature passed and he signed this spring.
The bill prevents any government institution from infringing on the fundamental rights of a parent to direct the upbringing, education, health care, and mental health of a child. Whether parents want their kids to have to wear masks all day in school, I think that's a decision that falls squarely within the contours of this Parents' Bill of Rights that I signed.
The governor again repeated statements that have been rejected by the majority of the medical community, including the claim that kids are immune to the virus if they've already contracted it, and that masks don't help slow the spread of diseases like COVID-19. The Republican leader promised to allow families the choice of how they want to protect their kids, but Democratic State Representative Angie Nixon said the governor's messaging is doing more harm than good.
It's very unfortunate that the leadership here in the state is not stepping up to the plate. We can't play politics with people's lives, and that's what's happening right now.
Nixon made those remarks this morning, joining Agape Health in urging members of the public to get their kids over 12 years old vaccinated before the school year. 17-year-old Sidell Hardy II got his vaccine just days before starting his senior year at Riverside High.
It's very important to me that we're all safe and healthy.
His mother said she didn't force it on her children. They chose to get the shot.
Going into a school year where your masks are not mandatory is scary for them, and then knowing that the hospitals are at capacity, that is scary.
I'm told that we just got a copy just minutes ago of that executive order that I mentioned earlier, right before that package play. We just got a copy into our News4JAX inbox. We'll take a look at that. We'll have more information on that very soon. Meanwhile, the state's largest union of education workers did release a statement saying, in part, quote, "Unfortunately, through his words and actions, Governor DeSantis has made clear he does not respect the freedom of locally elected officials to do what they feel is best for their communities based on input from parents, school employees, the available COVID data, and guidance from the medical community and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention." As a reminder, the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics are recommending universal face covering use for the school settings. However, all the school districts in our area are either said that masks will be optional or strongly recommended for students, but not required, with, of course, the exception of Duval's employees and adults that are in the school communities. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.